I've been searching thousands and thousands of recipes to find the best cookie recipe for 1 year. I almost lost hope until now. Okay, so I tried HoneySuckle's viral chocolate chip cookie recipe, which has over 7 million views. Okay, so I've had a few bad experiences with Instagram and YouTube recipes, so we're going to see if it's worth the make or a mistake. Okay, so here's a little backstory. So I've tested many brown butter chocolate chip cookie recipes, and most of them either came out thin or crispy or totally lack flavor. Now, HoneySuckle recommends Kerrygold, and I don't have Kerrygold. That's why we're going to be using standard butter. Now, when you're making the best chocolate chip cookie, you want to have all the ingredients available, right? So I thought, why not just test it with regular butter that everyone owns? Don't get me wrong, Kerrygold is great butter, but if you have Kerrygold in your fridge at all times, I'm convinced you're hiding generational wealth. Now enjoy the sounds of transformation of regular melted butter into pure, beautiful brown butter gold. Not gonna lie, but the difference between regular melted butter and brown butter, kinda massive. It's not a difference. It's a whole personality shift. One soft-spoken, and the other kicks the door down and steals the show. Now, sugar doesn't add just sweetness. White sugar allows the cookie to have crisp edges, while the brown sugar adds chewiness and moistness because of the molasses. Think of it like the white sugar as the structure and the brown sugar as the soul. Okay, so far, our mixture looks pretty much identical to hers. Now it's time for the egg to show its skills. Don't be shy, little eggy. This isn't just any ingredient. The egg just doesn't join the mix. It elevates it. It sacrifices itself for the dough. Alright, enough hyping up the egg. What does the baking soda do? Baking soda helps give the cookie chew, spread, and give it those beautiful golden brown edges. It's a small dose, but a big impact. Alright, if you get the flour wrong, everything falls apart, literally and figuratively. Now, HoneySuckle isn't measuring in grams, which is completely fine. You just want to fluff the flour up before putting it into the measuring cup. If you jam pack it, you might have too much flour. She's team dark chocolate, while I need some sweetness in my life, you know? So I went with the semi-sweet option. Now listen close. That's right, I might not have Kerrygold, but I do have Ghirardelli chocolate. Now fold it in, gently, like you actually care. Oh my god. This dough is giving everything it needs to give. Little nervous because we've given so much into this dough. This is where the dough becomes destiny. But let's not forget, we're testing this. Don't get too excited now. This is also where your cookie dreams live or die. And I've had way too many cookie disappointments, so I got the right to be skeptical. Alright, let's crank the drama and the oven temperature. I'll be baking these for the exact amount she does. Please don't let me down. Alright, I just want to point out that I'm not using any filters in any of these videos. Absolutely no BS and only the real stuff. Now that we've cleared that up, I'd just like to point out how beautiful these look. This is literally the image of perfection. Let's be honest, this is the only part that really matters. As you can see, the baking soda did give it that crispy edge and beautiful color. Crispy edges and chewy center, just how it should be. Okay, these look magnificent, but do they taste magnificent? I think it's safe to say yes. Yes, they do. In fact, I'd like to thank my oven, my spatula, and the emotional support I got from the brown butter. Because these cookies were the kind to make me pause, stare at the wall, and rethink my life choices. HoneySuckle was not playing around when she said that these were award-winning chocolate chip cookies. She did say if you like a thicker cookie, refrigerate it for 10 minutes. And this is the cookie that refrigerated for 10 minutes. It was only slightly thicker. This dough ball, on the other hand, is refrigerated for 48 hours. I wanted to see if it had more depth and flavor. It did, very slightly. And it also took longer to bake. However, it was much more chewier in the middle. So I think it's safe to say this recipe is worth the make. If this cookie chaos entertained you even a little, go ahead and like, subscribe, and drop me a comment of any recipe you'd like me to judge next. Bake responsibly, or don't.